Hello, this is Geoff with In-Depth Studies. Today we are looking at Geoff's thoughts on New Covenant theology. We are in Romans chapter 9, verse 6, where this section, Romans 9 through 11, is addressing God's plan for Israel in the New Covenant era, that is from Pentecost to the Second Coming. Verse 6 says this, "It is not as though God's word had failed, for not all who are descended from Israel are Israel." And here we see that the Apostle Paul is making the case that if you identify the real people of God with physical Israel, that is incorrect. Because to become a physical Israelite, you only had to be born into an Israelite family. But to be a spiritual Israelite, then you have to be born again. So he's making the case that you cannot equate physical Israel with spiritual Israel. And so that is it's a huge issue, because even though Israel, the physical Israel under the old covenant, they are called the people of God, but they are only a temporary, unbelieving picture of the people of God. They are going to be replaced in God's plan with a spiritual Israel that's going to be mostly Gentiles and a little bit of Jews. So this is what Paul is beginning his argument in Romans 9, 10, 11, is that you cannot equate physical Israel with the real people of God. And of course, then it gets into the discussion of, well, then how do you become the spiritual Israelite? Well, God has to choose you. Then he's going to address the issue of how many Jews is God going to choose to save, and that's only going to be a remnant. So the real Israel of God will be mostly Gentiles and a remnant of Jews. So if this has been helpful, you can check out more of Geoff's thoughts on NCT on YouTube or on our website, ids.org. Thanks so much.